Hosken Consolidated Investments is a black empowerment investment holding company with the main interests in Tsogosan and ETV and Serdale. Hosken has a market cap of 12.3 billion rand, a price to earnings ratio of 11 and a dividend yield of 1%. Looking at Hosken's got a bit of a holding in Tsogosan. What do you make of it right now, Paul?
Oh, I like this one. Look, the management team here are very talented chaps. That's Johnny Copeland and my old friend Marcel Golding. Started out with nothing, 15 years ago. Levered their relationship with SACTU, the Clothing and Textile Workers Union, kind of got their stake into the entertainment business, into the gaming operations, which we've mentioned now. I mean, it's all very well to say, oh, they own 36% of Tsogosan, but it's taken them 15 years of wheeling and dealing to get that stake sorted out and lined up and, kind of in position. The entertainment assets, I think, are fabulous. That's ETV and the 24-hour channel whose name keeps getting changed, ENCA.
Yeah.
Sounds like something to do out of the YMCA. And then they've got other bits and pieces like Golden Arrow, Serdale in the Cape. Oh, that worries me a bit. That's the textile thing that they bought from Aaron Searle. But, the long and the short of it is, well-seated management team, good capital prospects, and you can see the share price has been lifting up quite nicely recently.
Indeed, a great share price there, Daniel. Looking at some of the assets that they've got Serdale, they've got ETV, and as well as a stake in Tsogosan. Do you think we'll see a listing of ETV going forward?
I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. I wouldn't be able to speculate on that. What they have done is they've put some of their smaller assets that were being overshadowed into a listed vehicle called Niveus.
Yes.
So there is some idea about unlocking value, although quite a big reason for Niveus seemed to be that there were small investments being overshadowed, whereas ETV is quite a significant investment. So I'm not 100% sure. I wouldn't be able to say.
All right, Paul, at this share price, would you be getting in right now?
Yeah, Niveus sounded to me like some kind of a hand cream company. I was very disappointed to see they put the single slots gaming, V-slots, Vukani thing in there, plus some other bits and pieces. I thought they were going to do something a bit more meaningful. The difficulty is with an investment group like this is you're sort of dependent on them in terms of their own timing. But I think Daniel's takeaway is correct. At least it means that they're mindful that a sort of diversified industrial holding company was something which was quite appropriate for the first wave of the BEE process, but it's less appropriate going forward. What the market loves is companies they can say, right, that's what they do. Yes, look, we can compare them to, Steve Wynn's company and that one in Macau, so there's, what, I can get what the market rating ought to be. Diversified holding companies, no, those are no good.
So hot or not on this one?
I think it's a hot one because I think with that clever management team, they're going to do well. I just hope they don't put too much capital into Serdale, because the only reason they bought that is because their members in SACTU are the ones that are employed in those factories. And it's the Western Cape-based cut and trim business. I think it's a losing story, but I don't think they will. I think they're clever enough to know they must just sort of hobble along there. But I'm hot on this one, yeah.
Yourself, Daniel, hot or not?
So this would be classified more as an investment holding company. So it's more important to look at the value of the components rather than the actual earnings and the multiples. So if you look at the actual businesses that it's made up of and you try to put a value to each of those businesses and see what that compares to the share price, one very quick and easy way of doing that is to look at the businesses that they have in the portfolio that are listed, like Tsogosan, Niveus, and Serdale. So if you look at those, where those shares are trading plus the percent, and you do a bit of a calculation taking into account the percent that they own, then you get a value for the balance of the business. And in that balance, you have ETV. Now, that balance, according to their share price, is very small. So you're paying a very small price for ETV, which I also think is a fantastic asset. So based on that logic alone, I think it's hot.
So two hots on HC.